to ask you about biology, though. We live in a time right now where there's a refusal to acknowledge that men are men and women are women. It's wokeism. I had Hunter Avallone here the other day. I don't know if you know him, but he's a liberal guy. He's kind of like a Destiny type. He came and he felt like a lot of what we say women want and what men want is all society telling us that's the reality. And I said, no. I said women biologically aren't wired to do the grind, the 9-to-5 grind in the same way that guys are. We don't have that steady run of testosterone. My work-life balance is important to me. Biologically, I'm looking for a man who's going to work more steady than I am because I'm going to want to have a baby. Talk to me about why there's a need, Sterling, I'll start with you, to have that pushback against people who just want to disregard the basic differences between men and women.
I mean, the closer you get to a survival scenario, the closer men and women resort back to their basic biological natures. Like if you took this guy you were talking to, I don't know what his name is,
Hunter,
I'm not familiar with him. You put him and his wife in the middle of the jungle, okay, what's going to happen? He probably won't be able to do this, but the normal natural gender roles she's gonna like, maybe gather some berries, look after the campsite. He's gonna go out and try and find a deer or whatever, hunt it, kill it, bring it back. Like, to me, it's staggering. Like, people can say, oh, these gender roles are like societally based. No, like before we had societies, this is how we were functioning. You can look at hunter-gatherer tribes that still exist all over the world, and they're still in these classical gender roles. Mm-hmm. We survived eons like this. And it's only in the last 20, 30 years of insanity that we think we're somehow better and smarter. This is the arrogance I can't stand. That we think we're somehow smarter than our ancestors who survived and reproduced for thousands of years in much harsher conditions than we live now. But no. We are somehow smarter than them because we've invented the fucking iPhone. Sorry if I can't swear on your
You
show.
can. It's all good. You can. What do you think is, feel free to swear, speak your minds. This is a censorship-free zone. So what do you think the motivation is, though, Justin? Because to me, it seems deeply sinister that society, I think society is now, I think the feminization of men, the masculinization of women, and all the marketing you see coming down in media to support that is because they want to break the ties that bind between men and women. They want less people to form those unions.
Well, there's more tax money for it. Mm-hmm. Like, it used to be you would get taxes from one individual. If you break us up, I think there's more people paying taxes, number one. And
that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that angle of it.
Yeah,
just the simplicity of that.
Think about that. Think about that. And then as far as the entitlement, women, unfortunately, sometimes forget that men invent, build, and maintain society in every way. So we're not that far away from what we were doing 200 years ago. It's just the people that actually do the work don't get credit. Mm-hmm. Like, look, I have 170 guys working for me. There's no woman in the field. There's no woman applying to work in the field.
They don't want the job.
They don't want that. And that's completely okay because they're soft, they're nurturing, they're feminine. I'm not saying men and women are equal. In fact, I love women. Let me be the first to tell you that I love women. And I do think that we're equal, but I do think that we are substantially different. And asking a woman to turn into the man that she wants to be with is a formula for her to be very, very unhappy. And I find that those women that when you walk in a room with them and you are firm and you are the man and you are a gentleman and you are leading, those are the women that fall the hardest because they can finally let go of that burden that they never wanted in the first place.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. You use the word soft, and I'm always like, my antennas are always up for what the trigger words are going to be. That is a trigger word that modern women will hear the word soft and they will take offense to that.
I don't want a woman that's not soft.
But they've been taught that soft is weak and they're supposed to be hard, and that they've somehow read that as an insult, as when what they should be saying is that the softness that a woman has is a beautiful thing. It's an irreplaceable thing.
Absolutely. It's the most wonderful thing in the world. I said this the other day on Twitter about women that have babies. That's the most beautiful, amazing sign of strength a woman could ever show, to have a child and to raise that child. Even after the birth, it's an incredibly difficult task to wake up every hour of the night. You go months and months and months without sleep, and the baby won't stop crying, and it's on and on and on and on and on. And I'll tell you right now, as a man, I don't want that heat. I would be a horrible mother. horrible. You know what I'm saying?
You're not supposed to be a mom.
You know, I don't have that strength, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. And they want to go out and act like they want to be men, but they really don't want to be men, just as much as I do not want to be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's sad to me that we've had at least 2 generations of women who've been brainwashed that being a mother is somehow not as glorious as having a career. You're literally a wizard. You can create life from nothing. That is a superpower, and how are you not insanely proud and how does that not give you a tremendous self-esteem to be able to produce a living human being? I don't understand how that is less glorified than being like a lawyer or an engineer or in the IT field. To me, that's insane.